Live from 42nd Street, this is the PIX 11 News at 10.
Tonight at 10, the popular home decor chain store Bed Bath & Beyond is about to be Bed Bath & Gone. The retail giant just filed for bankruptcy protection and is now working out the details that could lead to the closure of all of its stores. Hello, everyone. I'm Kaidi Tong. Reactions are pouring in from the customers here in the city, as you can imagine. PIX 11's Steve Cooge is live for us right now in Chelsea at one of the Bed Bath & Beyond stores that's affected. That happens to be in my neighborhood, Steve, and I am so going to miss it. I mean that.
Oh, yeah. Bed Bath & Beyond has a lot of loyal customers. In fact, we talked to several people tonight who tell us they're actually going to be pretty sad to see it potentially go. Now, there's still a lot of things up in the air with this Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection that Bed Bath & Beyond is going through right now. We're really not sure what is going to happen to it, what's going to be left over. One thing is for certain, there are likely going to be some big sales now coming as Bed Bath & Beyond goes through this bankruptcy process. It's the end of a shopping era. The welcome signs at Bed Bath & Beyond are on the verge of permanently switching to closed. The massive retailer has just filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection.
It makes me upset, as I'm 24, and when I went to college, one of the most exciting things my freshman year was that you can place an order online for Bed Bath & Beyond, you pick out all your stuff.
It's nostalgic. It's a place you go for all your stuff.
360 Bed Bath & Beyond locations could all be going away, along with another 120 Bye Baby stores, which are also owned by the retail giant. According to the company, they have about 14,000 employees who could soon be out of work. Company documents show Bed Bath & Beyond was more than $5 billion in debt. After an unimpressive holiday shopping season, Bed Bath & Beyond corporate leaders announced they were going to have a hard time paying their expenses and their growing bills.
The customer brands that people love, they shifted away from, and then that's how they lost a lot of their revenue.
Bed Bath & Beyond has had a loyal base of customers over the years, but competition from online retailers like Amazon took a big bite out of their profits.
It's once you lose those customers, it's kind of hard to gain them back.
Bed Bath & Beyond and Bye Baby will keep operating for the time being, but it's unclear for just how long. The company opened its very first stores back in the 1970s. They've been around for more than 50 years. Now, all of that history is carting away.
Now there's not one store. It's kind of like maybe I'd have to go somewhere for the pillows and somewhere else for the kitchen supplies and somewhere else for the soap. But it's not all one place. There's not one store that's like that, I don't really think. I guess maybe Target can level up, but I don't really know. What do you think?
So with Bed Bath & Beyond going through Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, it doesn't necessarily mean that the stores and the brands could be disappearing altogether. As a matter of fact, the company is now auctioning off its brands. So companies are going to be coming in and trying to potentially restructure Bed Bath & Beyond. So it is possible that it could remain in some form, but right now it's just too soon to know how or if that'll happen. And Kaidi, another big question is you heard that customer say, where are you going to go now? There's lots of little stores people go to kind of collect everything they could get at Bed Bath & Beyond, but, really, the quality that you had here, it's just not the same.
That's right. And remember those coupons that we're famous for? They'd give tons of coupons and the giant carts. The carts, I would hold them up here. They're so big. I'm going to miss all that. Thank you, Steve.
You just wait. You wait until that coupon came, and then you go in there and splurge.
You know what I'm talking about. Thank you, Steve. It's too bad. In other news, a man attacked and robbed at a business in Lower Manhattan. Police hope you can help them catch these two guys. Video shows them pull a gun on a 72-year-old worker at an electronics store. Police say they hit the man in the back of the head and stole $1,500 out of his wallet. They then tried to break into a safe, but they couldn't get it open, so they ran off. Tonight in the South Bronx, police are asking for your help in a pattern of robberies. They're looking for the men on your screen right there. Police want to talk to them in connection with a series of armed robberies in March, all taking place on the street, stolen with things like cell phones and cash. In one case, a 13-year-old boy was robbed of his scooter. In another, the suspects reportedly used pepper spray on somebody. If these people look familiar to you, call the cops. Authorities are investigating the shooting death of a young man in Jersey City. Police got a report about shots fired on Danforth Avenue at midnight last night. Once they arrived, they found an unresponsive man inside of a retail store. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The victim has been identified as 23-year-old Khalil King from North Carolina. So far, no arrests have been made, and the investigation is ongoing. Front and center tonight, fighting back against violent crime and the crippling effect this has on those who are victimized. This is today's Crime Victims Candlelight Vigil at the West End Collegiate Church on the Upper West Side. Victims there sharing personal stories of trauma, grief, and the long road to recovery. The event sponsored by the New York Attorney General Letitia James. Listen.
I want to offer my heartfelt thanks and commitment and appreciation to the survivors who have been brave enough to share their words with us, because we all recognize that grief is a process and that sometimes the pain will never heal.
Those who participated sending out this message: if you're a victim of crime, don't suffer in silence. Contact the police. It's been 3 decades since Jersey City has had a major running event to call its own, but that changed today when 6,000 people put on their running shoes for the Jersey City Marathon. PIX 11's Kieran Dillon was there.
The excitement in the air was palpable as 6,000 people took part in the inaugural Jersey City Marathon at Newport Sunday.
I'm tired. All right, Fabian Daza coming through the finish line. Good job, Fabian.
The last say mile 21 through 22 is a huge mental game.
Waiting to round out
I'm like,
on the ladies' side of the equation.
keep going.
This was only the second marathon for Nick Kritz. He was thrilled to find out his performance meant he qualified for the Boston Marathon and was happy to take part in this inaugural race for Jersey City. Abby Rizzo was too. She ran a half marathon for the first time in her life.
It feels really cool. Yeah, it feels really, really good. I'm really happy to be here.
Runners from 28 countries and 38 states took part in the event that was organized by Jersey City Road Runners, CompuScore, and the City of Jersey City.
This route captures every single aspect of Jersey City's greatness. It's the flattest and fastest course maybe in the country, and certainly in this area, and I believe that attributed to the reasons why some of these elite runners wanted to come in and see if they can qualify for the Olympics or for Boston.
Organizers add preparations have been underway for the past year, calling this the region's first major running event since 1988.
Once I found out that Jersey City was hosting a marathon, I'm like, I have to do it, especially just turning 40.
For Jimmy Versarco, running his first half marathon in the city he lives in was a no-brainer.
Mile 6, we hit like Liberty State Park, and seeing the Statue of Liberty kind of gave everybody a boost. It just felt amazing to be here in my community with my friends and family, to do something in my hometown was awesome.
These runners say it's a day they won't soon forget and are looking forward to taking part in the race for years to come. In Jersey City, New Jersey, Kieran Dillon, PIX 11 News.
And other New Yorkers put their best foot forward today to fight pediatric cancer. New York Roadrunners partnered with the Royal Bank of Canada to host a 4-mile run and a 1-mile health walk for families. It was all to raise funds for the pediatric cancer program at the Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center. The event sold out with more than 5,000 runners taking part. And the weather, that cleared up today. Meteorologist Star Harvey standing by. Is it going to be nothing but blue skies this coming week?
That is going to be the case for the first half, Katie, correct. So it's when we get to the end of the week that we start to see things changing. Taking a look behind me, we do see that precipitation has cleared out. It started yesterday and lingered into a big portion of this morning. However, our temperatures still did pretty nice. We did see them come about 5 degrees above where they should have been for most areas. Still, that landed us in the mid to upper 60s. We did see portions of New Jersey push out a 70, 72 there in Newark. Right now, things starting to cool down under those clouds. We do have Newburgh at 48. Most of the area is ranging from the low 50s to the upper 50s. 57 there in Central Park. Belmar at 55. West Hampton at 50. Now, as this front continues to lift, we're currently seeing it about halfway through the island there. We're going to start to see that our humidity levels are dropping. So across portions of Jersey, we're seeing it in about the 40 to 60 percentile, but elsewhere, Hudson Valley, across most of our boroughs, still in the 70s as well as the 80s. Winds not so big of a deal right now. Earlier today, they were gusting. Right now, we do see them moving at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. All clear on our satellite and radar, with the exception of some of those showers still moving across the Hudson Valley and portions of Connecticut. All in all, we are expected to remain dry through our our evening. Getting up tomorrow morning, Heidi, things are looking really good. Sunshine and a little bit of clouds.
Sounds great. Thank you, Star. A 2-alarm fire broke out in Queens early this morning, injuring one firefighter. That blaze started in a 2-story complex in Richmond Hill at about 6:30 in the morning. It was under control about an hour later. One firefighter was treated at the hospital for minor injuries. The cause of this fire is still unknown and is currently under investigation. An American Airlines plane was forced to make an emergency landing in Ohio this morning after fire broke out in one of its engines. The cause? A possible bird strike. Dramatic video, look at this, taken from the ground, shows one of the plane's wings lighting up with flames. The flight, which was headed from Columbus to Phoenix, reportedly encountered a gaggle of geese as it was taking off. One passenger says he couldn't see or feel anything, but he heard loud noises and then he smelled smoke. Then the pilot came out to talk to them.
He said that they saw geese as they were taking off, and they couldn't avoid them. They hit them, and basically they lost the engine, and the right engine's out, so they're going back to the airport.
Emergency crews were sent to the John Glenn International Airport in Ohio, and the plane did land safely with everybody on board okay. Still to come, a couple shares their love of dance by teaching others, where you can join in and learn the secrets of professional ballroom dancing. Plus, this animatronic dragon is supposed to breathe fire, but not this much. What happened when this popular Disneyland attraction burst into flames?
On the next Yankees Nation, we count down the greatest Yankees in the last 20 years and call it Yankees 2020 Yankees Nation. Tonight at 11:30 on PIX 11 and PIX11.com.
I'm Jason. I'm living with HIV, and I'm on Cabenuva. It helps keep me undetectable.
For adults who are undetectable, Cabenuva is the only complete long-acting HIV treatment you can get every other month.
Cabenuva is 2 injections given by my healthcare provider every other month. It's really nice not to have to rush home and take a daily HIV pill.
Don't receive Cabenuva if you're allergic to its ingredients or if you're taking certain medicines which may interact with Cabenuva. Serious side effects include allergic reactions, post-injection reactions, liver problems, and depression. If you have a rash and other allergic reaction symptoms, stop Cabenuva and get medical help right away. Tell your doctor if you have liver problems or mental health concerns, and if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or considering pregnancy. Some of the most common side effects include injection site reactions, fever, and tiredness. If you switch to Cabenuva, attend all treatment appointments. Ready to treat your HIV in a different way? Ask your doctor about every other month Cabenuva.
Every other month, and I'm good to go.
Con Edison is committed to providing 100% clean, renewable energy to our customers. From investments in solar, wind, and energy efficiency to a modernized and reliable electric grid. Together, we're building our clean energy future.
PIX 11 News, presented by Celino Law. Car crash? Call Celino, 800-555-5555.
You're watching the PIX 11 News at 10.
If you watch Dancing with the Stars, or even if you don't, but just wish you could dance like the professionals, now's your chance to learn from the best. PIX 11's Mickey Hickey went to Juilliard to speak to a couple that's sharing their love of ballroom dance with the world.
Good morning to you. This is the first ever ballroom dance workshop here at Juilliard, and all the dancers behind me have one thing in common: a love of ballroom dance. Close to 60 people signed up for this $150 3-hour workshop here at Juilliard, and they were all levels of ballroom dancers in this studio, including Yu Chen Liu, who is legally blind and finds this as a great way to connect with others.
I have so many angels teaching me. You know, they put their finger on my hands back and tell me which footstep to go, so I memorize a step, and it's not that bad.
I just wanted to challenge myself, and I love ballroom dancing, watching Dancing with the Stars, and so I thought this would be an excellent way to just get a flavor of what ballroom dancing is all about.
This couple came all the way from Georgia to attend this workshop.
I'm sometimes rigid, right? I do woodworking, I do different things, but adding a new expressive form to your body, that's what was very interesting.
They just want to feel music with their whole bodies. Some come for flexibility. Some come to just be in a group with like-minded people. And that's really beautiful to watch. People make friendships, but they also do it through the performing arts.
The couple teaching this class is known as DNA, world-class dance champions. They are Ukrainian-born and want to bring their love of ballroom dancing to others while still worrying about what's going on in their homeland.
I feel like a big part of my brain is just constantly focusing on that. You know, it never leaves my mind, so it's constantly in me. I can't just not think about it.
I graduated from Juilliard. I studied here, so it's very special to be back and to be teaching ballroom is, you know, just one-of-a-kind experience.
Oh, there you go, everybody. 2, 3, Cuban break, slow, 2, 3, 4.
Next month, the month of May, is Older Americans Month, and here at the Extension Division of Juilliard, there's a whole array of classes for those over 65. From Juilliard on the Upper West Side, McGee Hickey, PIX 11 News. Back to you in the studio.
All right, thanks, McGee. The Brooklyn Children's Museum got into the holiday spirit today with an all-day festival for Eid al-Fitr. The 3-day holiday concludes the holy month of Ramadan. The museum hosted performers, educators, and food vendors for families. The event was a collaboration with a number of organizations, including the Culture Tree and the Arab American Family Support Center. Visitors could participate in henna tattoos, art making, traditional dances, storytelling. Sponsors of the celebration say this day is so important for bringing the community together.
It's really such an honor to see and bring Muslim families and the diversity of families that enjoy the museum to be able to celebrate this inspiring, joyful, festive holiday with the Muslim community.
The day was a culmination of art, culture, and celebrating the Muslim religion. All right, you know, we complained about the downpour and the rain, but we really, really did need it, right, Star?
That's right. We
Much
did.
needed.
We did. You know, a lot of the area, Katie, does sit between that abnormally to moderately dry on the drought monitor. So, yes, not just across the city, but portions of Jersey and Connecticut, we could all use the rainfall. So, on average, in the last 24 hours, we talked about the city getting close to about 1 inch to 2 of rainfall in the last 24 hours. Some areas did come in more, but wanted to go ahead and take you on a tour across portions of not just Jersey, but also Connecticut, because these areas did see a lot more rainfall than some of our localized areas. So we've seen anywhere from about 2.5 to close to 4 inches there up in Vernon Valley. So definitely a lot of rain. Wind gusts in the last 24 hours after doing some calculations. Not much has changed here. We did see wind gusts across Central Park at as high as 19 miles per hour, and one of our highest locations along the coast there, Islip, at 32 miles per hour in the last 24. Now, as far as storm reports, we did talk yesterday about this storm system bringing not just some hail, but also some gusty winds. Well, we also took a look into the possibility of a tornado across Sullivan County. Well, the National Weather Service has confirmed it. It happened to be between Roscoe to Callicoon Center in Sullivan County there. So I do know that it did happen on a south-southwest track and happened to go about 7 miles on its track. We'll continue to bring you those updates as the National Weather Service continues their survey. Good news is that we're all done with that storm and shower activity. We are in store for some of that chilly air to settle in as our front continues to move through. So that's going to leave our temperatures in the 40s for our lows across most of the area. But we do have portions of not just the Hudson Valley, but areas west of the city that will get into the 30s. We're expecting to get some of those brighter and more mild conditions as we move into the start of our work week. So again, tonight 40s across the boroughs. That's going to be the story across Jersey as well. Hudson Valley slightly cooler. We'll have some 30s and also 30s and 40s across the island there. Tomorrow we're dropping down. Today in the 70s, tomorrow in the 60s. Good news, no precipitation, but we will have a mix of those sun and clouds. We had some pretty gusty winds today. Tomorrow we are expecting to see some of those light winds. Of course, I'll have more details coming up on your 7-day forecast. But for now, Katie, back to you.
Looking forward to that. Thank you, Star. Let's send things over now to Moose for a look at what's coming up in sports. Hey there.
What's going on, Katie? Happy Sunday. What an afternoon for the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. NBA playoff basketball, that leads us off, and that's straight ahead.
One of the main ingredients in manufacturing fertilizer is natural gas. When its production is threatened, the result? Less fertilizer and less food. So, where is the energy of now? American liquefied natural gas can help our global food crisis, bringing fertilizer prices down and food more available for all. American liquefied natural gas from Tellurian, the energy of now.
Deliver yourself. The Audi Q5. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
It's hard to contain your excitement when you get something you've really wanted. Like the gold standard in automotive protection, WeatherTech floor liners. With deep sculpted channels and laser measured for total protection in the front, back, and even up the sides.
Dad, you're going viral.
What? WeatherTech me.
So don't be shy, enjoy. Order your premium American-made products at WeatherTech.com.
If it wasn't for having a family, I just would not stop thinking about racing. It consumes me.
The IndyCar, it's a real driver's series. I mean, it's the toughest series in the world.
For me, the IndyCar series is the most competitive racing series.
Some of the most talented drivers in the world. I get to drive race cars for a living, which I think it's every man's dream, bro.
100 Days to Indy documentary series premieres Thursday, April 27th.
Start with the NBA playoffs at the Garden. Game 4, Knicks and Cavaliers. Knicks looking to take a 3-1 series lead with a win this afternoon over Cleveland. To MSG we go. Knicks played well in the first half. Jalen Brunson throw it up. Mitchell Robinson, the kind tip. Knicks up by 9 at the break. Third quarter, here come the Cavs. Darius Garland with the hoop and the harm. 23 points, 10 assists for Garland. Cavs up 3. Julius Randle, quiet game offensively, just 7 points. Didn't play in the fourth, but look at the hustle here. Chases down Donovan Mitchell, blocks his dunk. Mitchell held to just 11 points. In the fourth, the Knicks take control. Another solid game from R.J. Barrett back-to-back. He had 26 points. Jalen Brunson led the way. Look at this. Nothing but net. 29. Knicks win easy, 102-93. They go up 3-1 in the series. Game 5 Wednesday night back in Cleveland. This game turned back in the Knicks' favor after the Cavs made their run in the third.
They took that lead, and we kind of looked around together and said, we just got to calm ourselves and just get this under control and stick together. But, yeah, man, they're a great team, and they just keep fighting, and then they kept putting us on our heels.
We know there's going to be shifts in games, and we got to make sure that we can get through that. So we responded, got hit hard, and picked ourselves up and came back.
Over to hockey, Islanders try to even up their series with the Canes at the UBS. Special teams has been an issue all series for the Isles, and that loomed large this afternoon. Just over 4 minutes into the first, Canes on a 5-on-3 power play. Scrum in front, puck squirts out. Seth Jarvis, young, talented for the wide-open net. Carolina up 1-0 early. Second period, how about the Canes on the power play again? Some beautiful passing here, right through the crease. Martin Necas gets another wide-open goal. Canes up 2-0. Never look back, 5-2 the final. Lead the series 3-1. Isles facing elimination. Game 5 Tuesday night in Carolina.
We saw some mistakes out there tonight that we made that we haven't been making in this series, and it bit us. So we'll regroup here, go do a job, and do our best to make sure we come and have another game in this building.
Over to baseball, Yanks Jays playing the finale of their 3-game set at the stadium. The rubber match this afternoon with the Yanks yet to lose a series this season. Well, that changed today. Former Yankee great, new Blue Jays batting coach Don Mattingly eyeing the action, likes what he sees here. How about top of the 6th? Vlad Guerrero Jr. laser 2-run homer to left. 2-0 Toronto. Next batter, Dalton Varsho into the second deck and right off Clark Schmidt. 3-0 Jays. Blue Jay starter Kevin Gaugh's been very good. Handled the rest. 7 shutout frames, 11 Ks. The first Blue Jays pitcher with 11 or more Ks in the Bronx since the Rocket Man, Roger Clemens, 97. Blue Jays take the game in the series 5-1, the final. How about the Mets and Giants out in San Francisco? Final game, 10-game road trip. Mark Canha, a fly to right. Former Met Michael Conforto comes over, can't make the catch. Jeff McNeil coming around to score. We're all tied at 2 as you take another look. Got to make that catch, Michael. Webb unkind. Top of the 6th, Mets trailing 4-3. Francisco Alvarez with a deep drive to left. The catcher's got some power. Game tied at 4. Game still tied at 4. We move ahead, bottom of the 8th. Great name, Mike Yastrzemski. All kinds of baseball passed in that one. Drew Smith off of Drew Smith into the gap right center. Jock Peterson coming around to score with what proved to be the winning run. Giants top the Mets 5-4. Mets finish their 10-game West Coast swing at 7-3. Coming up at 11, it is New York Sports Nation. Joe and I will be joined by Justin Termini to talk about the NBA and Nelson Figueroa, a little baseball. Katie, back over to you.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Mark, and I apologize for coughing. Allergies. Coming up, lithium-ion batteries, such a problem in e-bikes, causing more and more fires. Coming up, what lawmakers plan to do to make those batteries safer and hopefully save lives.
Hi, this is Father Chapin, host of Daily Living with Father Chapin. Join us every Sunday morning at 6:30 here on PIX 11 as we consider God's Word and how we might be able to apply it into our daily living.
Dear Car Chase, put the pedal to the metal and snap up a Toyota today. Build it, price it, and drive it. Build it, pick your color, then pick your package and accessories. And based on your local dealer's real-time inventory, you can price it. Ready to connect with your dealer? Seal the deal, and you're ready to drive it. Build it, price it, drive it. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
1, 2, ding 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 tiki 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 ow ding 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 ding.
Pete Alonso has broken the Mets' single-season all-time RBI record. To honor Pete and his historic record, BigTimeBats.com is proud to release the official Pete Alonso RBI record collection. The stunning full-size silver chrome bat is limited to only 500 bats. Also available are the traditional maple wood bat and the two-tone high-gloss Extremum bat. Go to BigTimeBats.com and get your part of baseball history now.
My family's been selling millions of bagels since 1976.
That's a million reasons why people love Essa Bagel.
People love that we ship anywhere in the U.S.
Yes, we cater. Birthdays, brisses, no problem. Everybody loves our platters.
They are here at every event.
I love that I can pick up fresh food day or night.
I like bagel because it tastes good.
A million reasons to love Essa Bagel. What's yours?
Live from 42nd Street, this is the PIX 11 News at 10.
It's a danger we're seeing more and more of every day. Lithium-ion battery explosions are tied to some of the most destructive and deadly fires we've seen in recent years. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Kaidi Tong. Now lawmakers are pushing new regulations to help prevent these devastating fires. PIX 11's Amy Yancey explains from Midtown.
Lithium-ion batteries are just about everywhere you look, like on e-bikes and scooters, but officials say the cheaply made versions are increasingly tied to major fires that can even be deadly. This new bill tries to tackle that problem. A child and a teenager were killed in a fire in Astoria, Queens. A supermarket on Grand Concourse in the Bronx charred by fast-moving flames. Recent examples of lithium-ion battery fires that continue to break out, leaving a trail of destruction and pain across New York City. Alfonso Villa lost his 8-year-old daughter Stephanie last September when the battery on his e-bike exploded while the family slept.
And the whole world, not to bring the batteries inside of your house.
because the batteries can kill your family in 1 second.
The use of e-scooters and bikes has skyrocketed since the pandemic, especially among thousands of delivery workers. They're operated by lithium-ion batteries, which can cost as much as $1,000.
They buy a battery from Amazon, and it was a little more cheap, and then cause of fires.
Cheaper versions are more accessible, but also more prone to fires, especially when overheated and overcharged. Officials say there have been more than 400 fires caused by lithium-ion batteries in New York City in the last 4 years. There have been 64 such fires this year alone.
People's everyday life is being affected. They're losing family members. And for first responders, these are incredibly dangerous fires to go into. If you've seen the videos, these explode.
The law would increase manufacturing and safety standards for batteries that are allowed to enter the U.S., offer greater protection for consumers, and help educate the public on the safest way to use them.
Technology is outpacing federal safety action in area after area after area. And our job is to move faster and get the federal government, which is a big, cumbersome bureaucracy, as you know, to move faster, to keep the public safe.
But we cannot allow for faulty or improperly manufactured batteries to keep causing these dangerous, deadly fires.
The mother of Stephanie Villatorres says everyone should be given proper information about the batteries because otherwise it's like bringing death to one's home. She's hoping the law passes in the House and Senate and spares other families from feeling this type of loss. And to give you a sense of just how big of an issue this is, the FDNY says that lithium-ion batteries are now the #3 cause of fires in New York City. From Midtown, Amy Yancey, PIX 11 News.
If you pay rent, listen up. New Yorkers who live in rent-stabilized apartments may be seeing rising costs very soon. That's because the Rent Guidelines Board is discussing potential increases for as soon as this summer. Rents could see a jump of more than 8% for one-year leases and more than 15% for two-year leases. The move would impact more than 1 million New Yorkers who live in rent-controlled homes.
16% rent increase for those that are living in rent-stabilized apartments would result in mass evictions across the city.
Although these numbers are preliminary, the board is considering them after looking at landlord expenses. The Rent Guidelines Board will have multiple hearings over the next 3 months to discuss these increases, with a final vote expected for June. It's a fire-breathing dragon, a very popular Disneyland attraction, but yesterday the spectacular flames that erupted were not part of the show. The amusement park's animatronic dragon, Maleficent, burned during its phantasmic show, but it was not supposed to. Not like that. The blaze engulfed its entire head. The performance was stopped immediately. The Anaheim Fire Department responded, was thankfully able to extinguish those flames. There were no injuries, though the dragon did not escape unscathed. The full extent of the damage, unclear at this time. The new CW docuseries 100 Days to Indy premieres this Thursday at 9 p.m. right here on PIX 11. It's going to offer fans a behind-the-scenes look at the bold and brash personalities of Indy car drivers, including last year's winner of the Indy 500, Marcus Ericsson. PIX 11's Perry Sook caught up with him ahead of the premiere. Take a look.
What does Ericsson do on the front stretch? Here comes Award with the run. Marcus Ericsson wins the Indianapolis 500 in the most dramatic way.
Tell me just what was going through your head when it came over the radio that you had won.
It was an explosion of emotions. The Indianapolis 500 is the biggest racing event in the world. 350,000 people there on race day. It's just surreal just being there.
Afterwards is part of all the fun with the brick kiss and the milk chug. Any moments of that celebration stand out in your memory?
It's so many traditions with winning that race. It's just a win that keeps on giving. Mm-hmm. But of course, the milk is such a classic moment within the 500. You get that milk, you drink it, you sort of pour it all over you, which was a great moment. The not so great moment was having to do 5.5 hours of interviews with milk on you, because
that milk covered in milk.
That milk didn't smell so good the last couple of hours.
So prepping for this year's race, what goes into particularly preparing for this track? Is there anything about it that's unique to this race?
I think for us, we have a full season, but the Indy 500 is the big one. It's the one that we all focus on. The teams work all year around to try and prepare the cars. We have a lot of practice leading up to the race. I think for us as a team in Chip Ganassi Racing, we know we're going to have a good car there. And for me personally, going back to back is something that hasn't happened in over 20 years.
Right.
So it's a big goal of mine, of course, and I think we're going to have a good shot at it.
And fans will get to see this former F1 driver and 2022 Indy 500 winner take his shot at back-to-back titles in the CW docuseries 100 Days to Indy.
It's ready to go for a new racing season.
I know you were on Drive to Survive, so the docuseries is a little old hat for you, but what of that preparation and performance do you think fans will get to see that like they've never seen before on 100 Days to Indy?
I'm super excited about the docuseries. I think that behind the scenes, seeing and getting to know the characters in IndyCar, the personalities, I think that's what's gonna, hopefully hook a lot of people to the show and to the series, because there's such a good racing and such good, racing out there that we want to show the world.
The 6-part series puts viewers behind the wheel with unprecedented access to the 33 drivers as they chase the coveted Borg-Warner Trophy.
I think the sport, the IndyCar, is growing all over the world at the moment. We are on a very positive, trajectory here in the States, but also worldwide. And I can see even in Sweden, my home country, it's a great interest. When I won the 500, it was huge news for the worldwide following of IndyCar.
Wow. 6-part docuseries starting this Thursday. All right, still to come. A major shakeup at one of the biggest media companies while the leader of NBC Universal is stepping down. And a look at the weekend box office numbers. Could Super Mario Brothers keep its spot at the top? Coming up.
I rebuilt GAU's football team.
This is a who's who of has-beens, and this guy was in prison.
I'm finna bust through the roof right now.
The greatest football show of all time.
I'm changing things up. I'm trying to do the whole college student thing.
Go after the life you want.
Already seen it.
We've lost enough already.
Never underestimate an underdog with something to prove.
All-American. New episode this Monday at 8 on the WPIX 11.
Best Reviews is an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on just about everything.
Call that a plasma sword?
For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
Find out where that road leads. Take on any challenge. When you have the #1 mass market brand and dependability, you stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Get 2.9% APR for up to 48 months on a new 2023 Forte.
When I set out to build our firm, it was built for greatness. It was built for you. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Today, Morgan & Morgan has more offices, more staff, and more lawyers than any other injury firm in the world. If you or anyone in your family has been injured, call America's largest injury law firm. Call Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
Heart-pounding design, intelligent technology, courageous performance. Discover a new world of possibilities in the Lexus RX. Never lose your edge.
Get special offers on select Lexus models.
Best Reviews is an unbiased team that researches products in real-world situations to give reliable recommendations on just about everything. For the best reviews, go to bestreviews.com. Seriously, before you buy anything, ever.
PIX 11 News, presented by Celino Law. Car crash? Call Celino, 800-555-5555.
Time now for your business report. One of the biggest names in television is stepping down tonight. NBC's Jeff Shell, the CEO of NBC Universal, saying he is leaving after what he described as an inappropriate relationship with a woman at the company. He oversaw NBC's news, sports, and entertainment networks. Comcast, NBC's parent company, has not announced a replacement. If you live in Belgium, you may have trouble raising a glass or at least a can. That's because their customs authority intercepted and destroyed a shipment of thousands and thousands of cans of beer. Last week, it crushed more than 2,000 cans of Miller High Life. It's known as the champagne of beers, right? And that's the problem. European officials say the century-old motto infringes on the, quote, protected designation of origin for champagne. Can you believe this? The shipment was destined for Germany, but the company that owns Miller High Life does not export to the EU, so it's unclear who ordered the beers in the first place. Moving on, an animated movie continues to rack up points at the box office, landing in the top spot for the third week in a row.
Come on, Mario! Our big adventure begins now! Ah! Get it off, get it off, get it off!
The Super Mario Brothers movie just keeps leveling up, this time earning more than $58 million in its third week in theaters. Meanwhile, Evil Dead Rise crept its way into the number 2 slot at the box office. The R-rated thriller brought in $23.5 million during its weekend debut. And in third place, Guy Ritchie's The Covenant brought in just under $6.3 million in its opening weekend, despite earning solid reviews from critics. The Jake Gyllenhaal-led thriller just couldn't seem to fight off its competition this week, as the film fell well below analysts' expectations. And that was your business report. All right, coming up, from job training to arts and crafts, one program is helping people on the autism spectrum change their futures. Mr. G introduces us to a couple of women who are giving hope to parents. It's a G thing.
Tonight, we will break down the playoffs. All 5 hockey and basketball teams are in the playoffs. We'll have up-to-the-minute breakdown of the teams. New York Sports Nation. Tonight at 11 on PIX 11 and PIX11.com.
Tomorrow, it's filled with questions and wonder. Like, what does the future hold? At New York Presbyterian, our data scientists and doctors from Columbia and Weill Cornell Medicine are combining decades of medical experience, caring for diverse communities, with the power of data science. So one day, when I come in for a checkup, I can get a better prediction of what my health will look like in the future, to get ahead of a health issue before it becomes one. Stay amazing, today and tomorrow.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Tucson with America's best warranty. Lease a Tucson for $249 a month or get 0% APR for 48 months or $750 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Starting Monday, News Nation joins forces with The Hill for a new show live from D.C. Our first guest, former Vice President Mike Pence. Trust News Nation to define the issues, connect the players, and question D.C.'s decision makers. With the most journalists and the best political team anywhere, taking on the topics that matter most to you. The Hill, a new show starting Monday, 5 Eastern, 4 Central on News Nation.
So we just wanted to ask, and it's totally cool. There's no issue. The tiger.
And we were just wondering if he'll be locked up.
Yeah, will the tiger be locked up for the whole time?
Absolutely. We never let him out with kids around, not even our own.
It doesn't kill to ask about unlocked guns in the house. Guns are now the leading cause of death for kids.
G-Thing, presented by Northwell. When we raise health, we raise everyone.
According to the CDC, autism affects 1 in every 36 births. And today, we're going to meet a couple of women who started something that provides real hope for parents. It's a G-Thing.
G-Thing, presented by Northwell, who believes when we raise health, we raise everyone. Northwell, raise health.
It's a labor of love.
Stella Spanakos is one of the co-founders of the Nicholas Center located on the Bay in Port Washington.
Mr. G, hi. Hi.
This is Nicholas, her son, 31 now, nonverbal, but he can communicate.
You want to go to Smashburger and get French fries? Look at me. Yes? No. There you go.
Me too.
Yes or no?
These programs supplement basic schooling. Money comes from school districts, the state, and private payments, as well as donations. The 120 autistic people like Nicholas are called participants. They learn job skills, social skills, and the arts.
Ready, guys? Okay, like look at...
Wow. They do a TV newscast on their small set.
Just a second. That's my job.
And a podcast. Guess who was today's guest?
I don't even have to tell you a joke and you start smiling.
It just comes to me.
It's great. What's your name?
John.
Have you always wanted to be a weatherman when you grow up? Yeah, since
When you grow up.
7 years.
How do you make the world a better place?
How do you make the world a better place?
I try to just have a good heart.
Hey, Tomas, you notice what I did? I took your question and asked you the same question.
Yeah.
You noticed that little trick, huh?
The reason why I like the Nicholas Center is because, well, I feel like it gives us plenty of opportunities to work on our skills we need in order to get real jobs and stuff. You know?
Speak very well. Why don't you become a lawyer?
Nah.
This is Adam. It's my son. He's 25 and a very proud participant here at the Nicholas Center, right?
Yes.
Adam has definitely been able to pave the way for my life's journey. We currently have a waiting list at the Nicholas Center of about 200.
Part of the job training and community involvement is packing bags of personal products for regular delivery and local pantries.
Good job, guys.
While remembering that each person with autism is unique.
Nice job, man.
All right, guys, want to get more bags?
My son, he cannot speak a word, but yet, if you say, could you help mommy on the computer? Yet, he'll get me into a program. What's your hope for yourself in terms of keeping your positivity?
My hope is that the Nicholas Center can stand as a beacon of hope for families.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Thanks, guys. There's a lot more in the van.
But they've got to get back for things like music
I'm learning to play bass.
and pet care.
Chocolate lab.
I love it.
Thank you.
Oh, good for them. The Nicholas Center in Port Washington, by the way, is so successful. They've opened a new branch in Westchester, so far serving 20 participants there. All right, let's talk about weather some more. And let's take a look outside. Isn't that pretty? What a pretty shot that is. Nice and clear. And I think, Star, you're telling us that it's going to stay that way for a while.
Yeah, at least the first half of the week, Heidi. We can wash our hands with all of that wet weather. The showers and storms have cleared the area. We do still have some isolated activity happening to the Hudson Valley as well as portions of Connecticut. For the rest of us, dry. Temperature-wise, we did okay. We came about 4 degrees below our normals. We hit 69 today at Central Park, and not too bad for our lows either, just a few degrees off. Nowhere near that record temperature of 86 degrees back in the early 2000s. Right now, with clouds filtering in, we're seeing some of those cooler temperatures across the Hudson Valley in the 40s. Otherwise, we are mostly in the low to upper 50s across the region. Tonight, we'll see those partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. Some breezes moving through, and yes, 47 degrees across the city, and we'll have some of our suburbs that won't make it out of the 30s, so slightly cooler. Now, tomorrow we do get a nice dose of sunshine, but there will be a mix of clouds in there as well. That does land our boroughs in the lower 60s. Across Jersey, we're likely to see those 60s as well. Wouldn't be surprised if we do have that northwest corner of Jersey still sitting in the 50s. It'll be 50 type of temperatures across the Hudson Valley, Liberty at 52, and across the Long Island, we're expecting to also see some of those upper 50s. A nice mix of sun and clouds as well. Now today, pollen-wise, we did sit in that medium to high category. Tomorrow, things are bumping up to the red zone, so that puts us in a high, and our culprits are going to be, again, oak, birch, as well as maple. So I know a few of us are sneezing and coughing, so we want to make sure to take care of ourselves. Otherwise, we do have air quality sitting in that good zone, dropping from a 50 today down into the 40s. Also, this cold front sweeping by overnight. It's going to drop those temperatures, but also leave us with those clear skies. We're going to have that light wind. That's what's going to allow for some of that radiational cooling to happen across portions of the area. So a mix of sun and clouds tomorrow. Temperatures dropping with our cold front from the 70s today down into the 60s tomorrow. By Tuesday, we do have high pressure beginning to shift into the region. That's going to allow us to remain sunny and temperatures on the seasonable side. Wednesday, we do get lots of sunshine as well. It's when we get to Thursday, at least the second half, we have some of those showers that will start to make their way into the region. It'll be that way Friday as well, where we do have a chance of showers. That chance of precipitation moving along into next weekend as well. I want you to take a look at these temperatures. However, we are leaving behind the 70s back to back this weekend across some areas, into the 60s for tomorrow, and we're expected to remain in the 60s again for as long as we're going to be dry. It's when we get to Thursday and Friday, when those showers roll in, that temperatures drop down into the 50s. However, they are back up by the time we get to the end of next weekend. Katie?
Okay, Star, thank you. When we come back, Girl Scouts are selling cookies for a really good cause to benefit New York City homeless shelters. And this is very personal to each girl in the troop. We'll explain.
Dude, what are you doing? I'm protecting my car. That's too much work. WeatherTech is so much easier. Laser measured floor liners up here, seat protector and cargo liner back there. Nice. Out here, side window deflectors and mud flaps and the bump step to keep the bumper dent free. Cool. It's the best protection for your vehicle, new or pre-owned. Great. But where do I order? WeatherTech.com.
This is me, and this was my stubborn body fat. My name is Adrienne, and Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, permanently removed my body fat in just one visit.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently.
My tummy is gone, my double chin is gone, and my hourglass shape is back.
Don't wait. Call or go to sonobello.com now.
Deliver yourself. The Audi Q5. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
Ooh, I love. Totally. But keep swiping. This is so much fun.
This makes it so easy.
Yes, that was a good one.
Let's go! Play your favorite slots today and you can win the next big jackpot. Sign up now and we'll match your first deposit up to $1,000 in casino bonus funds plus 200 free spins. Only at GoldenNuggetCasino.com.
Distinctive in design, meticulous in craftsmanship, confident in execution. Genesis, a new beginning of what luxury can be. During the Genesis Signature event, lease the 2023 Genesis GV70 for $569 per month exclusively at your tri-state Genesis retailer.
PIX 11 News, presented by Celino Law. Car crash? Call Celino, 800-555-5555.
The Girl Scouts of Greater New York are selling cookies for a very good cause. Troop 6000 brought a taste of kindness to New Yorkers in need. The troop held an in-person cookie sale to raise money for shelters all across the city. Now, this effort is a really personal one because all the girls in this troop are experiencing homelessness themselves. Bank of America is hosting the event and will match the troop's proceeds from every single box that is sold. The CEO of the Girl Scouts of Greater New York spoke on the specific skills these girls are able to learn through this program.
Learn money management, goal setting, customer service, inventory management, all of those skills that someone would be doing when they start their own business. They're doing it at such a young age.
Since Troop 6000 launched in 2017, this program has reached more than 2,000 girls and women living in family shelters. All right, one last look at weather before we say bye. Star, take it away.
Yes, Heidi. Rolling into our new work week, we can expect a decrease in our temperatures from the 70s today down into the 60s tomorrow. You'll notice that we do remain dry at least through the middle of our week, and temperatures on the seasonable side. Get those umbrellas ready for the end of our work week, because by Thursday and Friday we will be welcoming some precipitation into the area. But in addition to that, our temperatures will be down into the 50s. Now, it is possible that those showers from the end of the week roll into the start of our weekend as well. Note those temperatures on Saturday at 56 degrees, and then we do have another chance for those showers to make their way into our ending of the weekend as well. So just like this weekend, it was pretty wet. We are going to see next weekend, as of now on our extended 7-day forecast, looking pretty wet as well. Katie?
I love the sound of it. Thank you, Star. And that does it for us on the PIX 11 News at 10. Stay tuned for New York's Sports Nation. That is coming up next. Good night.